Well, hello Gemini. So what you're seeing here is your mid-January reading. It's going to be really brief, this new format, 10 minutes or 12 minutes tops. And I know that some of you are waiting for January readings a couple weeks ago. I've been very busy, lots of readings to do. Um, so I apologize for that. So this reading for January, because it's almost like we have 2 weeks left in the month, you should sort of see it as a pre-Valentine's Day forecast. Okay? And they're going to be 10 cards. And I'm not going to pull the 10th card yet, my outcome card. And some of you who've been looking at my readings know that I usually pull an outcome card for these monthly readings. So we're going to look at the past, the present, the future, and sort of get a sense of where your love interest is, what the energy of the relationship or connection is as we approach February. Of course, I'm very much aware that, some of you are thinking about Valentine's Day. You're like, what is the status of the relationship? And some of you might have a crush or something like that. So let me break it down for you. Okay, Gemini, so let's get started. The first thing I want to point out is the root card. The root card in the middle is telling me what the energy of the relationship is like. And that is a Four of Pentacles. Now, this is a card of stubbornness, not taking risks. Sometimes it's about resisting change. And so I feel like this applies more to you. I'm looking at my notes. And when I'll get to that middle row, because you have the Sun on one side and the Queen on the other. But right now, it could even be for some of you Geminis that things are not moving fast enough for you. And a lot of the other signs like Aries and Pisces, they're getting a lot of Pentacles too. This Four of Pentacles has shown up a couple times before already. And Pentacles are always slow. So right now the energy, the love energy that's going on around you is things have come to a standstill. Okay. The other thing I want to point out, really crazy. You've got some cups here, pentacles. You've got karma and the sun as far as your major arcana, and this is a good thing too. Of course, karma is about what goes around comes around. That karmic circle where the decisions that were made before, domino effect, big changes and transitions. But here in your future, you have nothing but fire. You've got a Six of Wands, a Seven of Wands, and then a King of Wands. And just remember, fire is very intense and very quick. So if it feels as if things are kind of slow and there's not a lot going on, just be mindful that in the next couple of weeks, you've got a lot of fire that will speed things up, that will transform things one way or the other. Okay? So when we go back to this first row here, you have a King of Pentacles with karma and then a Nine of Cups. And this is an interesting combination. According to my notes, change for the better. The King of Pentacles is keeping things in line. The King is a responsible leader. Also seen as a businessman, because Pentacles are also seen as addressing money. They're seen as coins, the material world. So things are, as I said, this slow energy, stable, but then again, things are not changing a lot. The karma kind of shakes things up a little, but not too much, because as I said, karma is about your destiny and your fate. And you can't control it at all. It's something that is the culmination of many different decisions and different events, and it all just comes to a head. And maybe that sort of sets you off a little bit, because sometimes karma can be a surprise. It can come out of nowhere and you're like, well, what happened here? I wasn't expecting this. But then you have this wish card. Nine of Cups is considered the card of wishes. And this brings contentment and this sense of emotional belonging with your loved ones. This is the hospitality card. You're with your loved ones. You're having a great time, going to parties. Nothing serious. It just means this is the social card. Okay, so so far there's been I am seeing this transition from the King of Pentacles, which is grounded and stable, and this could refer to the energy of your partner. Then karma comes along, and you know, unforeseen circumstances throwing people together, events that happen that just sort of change destiny and change the path of everything. And then it ends up with that Nine of Cups, you know, just spending time together, good conversations, and just this sense of friendship and harmony. Not a bad thing. So that's past energy. The Sun is really, it's probably one of the most powerful cards in the tarot, even when there are negative cards like death, or seemingly negative cards like death, the Sun still overpowers those other cards. So the Sun is coming along as if to say, it'll be okay. And then you have a Queen of Cups on the other side. The Queen of Cups is in love. She's emotionally open. And it's almost as if the Sun and the Queen are putting a squeeze on that Four of Pentacles, like, hey Gemini, open up a little bit, go with the flow. Everything's good here. You don't need to worry so much. By the time we get to that last row, here comes the fire. Air nurtures fire. And so all of these wands that you see here in your future, I feel like it's about you turning up the heat, having this intense energy of passion and fire and being outgoing and letting loose. And that's always a good thing. So Six of Wands is always the card of victory, conquering, acing it, making headway. You have a Seven of Wands, and this is the card of fighting for what you want, defending yourself. And then this King of Wands here, the King of Wands is outgoing, he's creative, and he's passionate. He has no fear. He's like, let's do this, very motivated. So if some of you Geminis are sort of like, oh, I'm worried, where is this going? There might be a little bit of a pickup for you as February approaches. All of that fire and going forward and not being stuck with the energy of the Four of Pentacles. Also, some of this energy is probably coming from, for some of you, it's coming from your love interest. It could definitely be the energy of the other partner. And so either way, whether it's surrounding you or your partner, things are definitely going to literally heat up. A lot of motivation. Things are going to get moving. It's almost like the oracle is saying, okay, I know things have been really slow, but guess what? Buckle your seat belts. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the outcome card. And so for your outcome card, you have the High Priestess. This is a good card because the High Priestess has a very moderating influence. You'll see she's sitting and the moon, which represents the subconscious, is below her. And that's important because she's all about staying chill, keeping emotions under control. You're in cruise control. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to freak out about. Okay? And it's sort of like trust your intuition, trust your gut. Sometimes, especially for air signs have a big reputation for overthinking, playing chess in the game of love. Sometimes it's not necessary to overthink or try to think 2 steps ahead. And Geminis, you are definitely famous for keeping your feelings hidden, but freaking out privately. On the outside, it seems like you're calm, you're cool, you're collected. But in your brain, you're sort of like freaking out and you're overthinking and you're getting anxious. This High Priestess is showing up in your outcome as if to say, it's okay. Okay, you'll be fine. All right. So that was your reading for mid-January. As I said, don't freak out, Gemini. It will be okay. As far as your partner, you might have been worried if you did not get any significant contact with your partner, or how can I say it? If you feel like there is no real connection. It feels as if by the time we get to the end of the month, in a couple weeks, you're going to know which way the wind is blowing here as far as this relationship. So that was your reading. And I apologize again for keeping you guys waiting, but thank you so much for your support and your patience. And February's coming up. I'm definitely not going to drop the ball on that, because I know a lot of you are definitely wondering what's going to happen for Valentine's Day. But I would say don't put too much expectations on it. Just relax, okay? So having said that, I hope your new year has been going good so far. I hope you're staying safe and warm. The East Coast has been getting hit a lot with a lot of snow. Thank you to all my subscribers and my clients and all the wonderful people who've supported me so far. I will see you in a couple weeks. And as always, I wish you love and light.